Spineless, spineless, same difference. They'll be wilting in the sun like a daisy in a Dutch oven while your game goes supernova. Thanks to Tech9 polymers injected straight into the new Spine series of heads, this insidious innovation inside Spine, Razor Spine, and Evo Spine delivers deadly accuracy and depth control. Stay stiff longer, poke check harder, face off fiercer. Dig it out, dump it in, light it up, and break it down for the non-believers. Super Invictus. All hail the warrior. WarriorLacrosse.com.
Spring, surprisingly, is right around the corner for you guys. I mean, probably spring practice could start before we know it. So, general overview of how you're feeling about the team and thoughts on the team as you start to get ready for the season.
Sure. We'll start at the goalie position. Obviously, losing a first-team All-American is never easy to replace, but already this fall we've seen Matt Chris, a junior from the Gilman School, already emerging as our leader from the back. Did an outstanding job out at San Francisco when we took on UNC, and he's somebody that he's been the great role model as a second stringer. You know, and not that any boy or girl grows up being, I want to be the great second stringer, but he's been so invaluable for us for 2 years, knowing he was never really going to play a meaningful minute. He came to practice and brought it every day, the grit, the toughness, the focus. And the first, whenever Jordan made a huge save, Matt was like the loudest and most vocal from the sidelines, cheering it on. And so for a lot of reasons, and obviously selfishly because I'm the coach of Brown and we need to win lacrosse games, we're all rooting for Matt. And so far he has stepped up. He's been outstanding. So we have some emerging confidence coming from there, even though we lost Jordan. Defensively, we return a lot. We lost Ryan Castle. But the defense, which was an experience last year and was a question mark last year, certainly grew. Look at the first couple games of 2009. We give up 12 goals to Lehigh. We give up 11 goals to Hofstra. So we got off to a slow start, sort of gelling. 11 goals to Denver. As the season went on, we got that number lower towards the 6-7 range, and I'm hoping that we can continue those steps moving forward. I like what we've got there with Captain Jake Westerman, the vocal leader and sort of a team leader schemes, organizing us, getting us through things. Peter Fallon had an All-American season last year. He's someone that we haven't seen this semester. He's been running around the Italian countryside with Teddy Daver studying abroad, but he actually probably deserved a break after playing with the U.S. U19 team all the summer of 2008. But having Peter Fallon back gives us not only a great defenseman, but a great clearing player. We rely on him. We've put him in the center of our clear, actually, and we throw him the ball, throwing it into the high post in basketball, and he can kick it out, kick it in. He does a great job, very poised. Battling for the other spots on the close defense. Matt Greenberg, a junior, has done a lot of great things for us. He's really emerged after a couple of years of finding some playing time as a long stick midi, as a man down specialist. Really excited about Brennan Bailey, nicknamed Baby Rhino. He's after his freshman year, it's amazing how much stronger, more confidence, becoming more vocal, the team schemes, the strategies. Really excited about what we're seeing from Brennan Bailey, and wouldn't be surprised to see him crack the starting lineup. At the pole position, Jake Hardy, senior, comes back. He's been a 3-year starter for us as a long stick midi. Certainly will be playing a lot, and his reach, his range of checks, he can get up and down the field with a ball in his stick. Scored a couple goals last year, big goals against Delaware and Hofstra. Now he's got actually competition. You're a 3-year starter. How often can you feel heat for playing time? Well, step in Roger Ferguson, a freshman from St. Albans, one of the top recruits in the country, and someone we're very fortunate to have. Roger's already made an impact with us. We anticipated it, and he's come through even more so. But the greatest strength isn't his athleticism, isn't his stick work, which are all great. It's his attitude. Roger wants to work, and he's pushing his teammates to work. He came in with a lot of accolades and a lot of fanfare, and it hasn't changed who he is, and it's actually probably maybe motivated him to work even harder. From day one, he wanted to make sure that his freshman teammates and the upperclassmen teammates looked to him as someone who expected nothing to be given to him just because he was successful in high school. And so he's already making an impact on our team. And it's exciting because we can use him probably as a long stick midi, but We did experiment with him at close in the UNC scrimmage, and we had him guard Billy Bitter for a little bit. And he did a decent job on Billy, actually. So I like Roger probably in the middle of the field because he can make more of an impact both offensively and defensively. And we, because of having a senior returning with Jay Carty and a freshman Roger Ferguson, who's somebody we're really excited about his emergence already, we may experiment with some double pole. Something I personally haven't done as a coach since my Penn State days when we had Rob Bateman and Jesse Tarr, who wreaked a ton of havoc in the middle of the field off of face-offs, win or lose. And we may have the right personnel, the right ingredients to do that in 2009.
Now, do you change at all? I mean, Matt, faith in Matt, whatever, but does it change maybe how they have to view how they play defense, knowing for the last couple of years you have had a first-team All-America back there? Do they, maybe the attitude, I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but like in the past it was almost like, well, if we mess up, Jordan's going to bail us out, type of thing. Did you see maybe some stepping up in those polls and whatever, knowing that he's not back there anymore? And not that Matt can't do the job, but I mean. Right,
no, it's a great question. I look at it from a different perspective than you do, Chris, but it's interesting what you're saying. You're saying the guys now know they can't just lean on the first-team All-American to bail them out on the 8-yard room and time shot, which Jordan could do. And so now, I hope you're right. I hope the men say, wow, we really got to step this up. We have to be even better. I know we got better in 2009 as the season went on, but now we've really got to close up the cracks and prevent the opposition from getting even better shots. I hope that's true. I look at it from the coach's perspective. My job is to put our men in the best position to win games, and I focus on the defensive end of the field. So I look at the strategies and schemes that I employ with this team. With Jordan, we felt we'll take care of the inside, Jordan will take care of the outside. With Jordan, we were defining outside as sometimes 10, 9 yards. You can't do that with most goalies. So I see a schematic evaluation is needed as we look at what Matt Chris does and what are his strengths. I don't think we're going to change too much on defense, though, because we really have enjoyed we've been enjoyed as a coaching staff benefiting from a Matt Chris who's prepared to play, because he took those 2 years so seriously while he was a second stringer. And so maybe we're not going to give up the 9 to 10 yard shot, but I think we can still play the type of style that we like to play. But it is something I think about a lot. And I have coached goalies who were better on the 2 yard shot than the 12 yard shot. Someone who had the dramatic flair, and actually think our second string goalie Noah Beatty fits that role. But Matt is a consistent, solid performer. So. But it's a great question as we kind of go in. Do you become a high-risk, high-reward defense where you do give up some layups, and then maybe you've got the goalie who's got the potential to steal goals away? But I think with how confident we are in Matt Chris that I don't know if our style of defense will change too much. We may change a little bit more because style based on having those two poles, of having Hardy and Ferguson maybe on the field at the same time, going after some the opposing middies.
And then on the other end of the field, where the goals come from? And you got Andrew Feinberg back. Is that so?
Yes.
I turned my page of notes on off memory. But you got him back. He was obviously had a great year last year. Where else? Where are we looking for goals from Brown this year?
Yeah, we certainly took a hit losing Kyle Hollingsworth, the starting attackman, and two midfielders who. Their points aren't going to blow you away when you look at them, but number 32, Brady Williams, and number 1, Jack Walsh, the dynamic of having them on the field allowed us to have midfielders who had been attackmen and now put a short stick defender on them, and how much freedom they had. Very dynamic in terms of their flexibility, in terms of their vision. Right, for example, you can have the 6'1", 220-pound midi who's going to run through his man and draw a slide, and that's great. But what Jack and Brady gave us was the ability to, sort of bounce off the slider, make the through pass, just sort of such being ambidextrous, just really being dynamic in so many different ways. So moving forward, how do we replace them? The attack, yes, we do have Andrew Feinberg. Really excited about what he brings. And as I described earlier, Andrew never anticipated or expected anything when he got the mound. He has earned everything. Why is it that the man who scores 42 goals as a sophomore and 21 as a freshman is the one who's always on the practice field by himself with a bucket of ball shooting? And that's Andrew. I went for a run yesterday, and I finished my run at Meister Cavand Field, and there's Andrew with a team.